while she moves to New York, makes the big transition. So definitely get out and see her now. That's a big change and an exciting one. Probably going to be terrific.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm like this wonderful mixture of totally scared and totally thrilled. So yeah.
Have you lived there before?
I haven't. I've gone up there quite a bit. Played a bunch of shows there last year and the year before, and it was like every time I went, I just kept falling more in love with it. And you know, it's always just kind of been a little dream for the past 10 years to kind of move up there. And my boyfriend actually kind of, the move was kind of propelled. He got a job. He manages a venue in Austin called Momo's, and he so he basically found this job there managing a very Texas venue there called Hill Country Live.
Oh, sure,
yeah. They book a lot of Texas artists, and they kind of wanted to bring up an Austin venue owner who had a lot of, you know, musical ties here in Texas and kind of beef up the venue a little bit. And so it was kind of perfect timing. It was like, all right, I want to move, you want to move, and we've got these opportunities, so let's go. So yeah, but we both are from Austin. We've lived there our whole lives. So it's like, even though it's paradise, it's home, we love Austin so much, it's just kind of time to see another view for a little while, and you know, we'll probably fly back at some point, you know, so.
You know, New York is an incredible place to live, but we know you'll come back.
Yeah, exactly.
People from Texas always come back, especially natives.
That's kind of how I feel, and all my family's here. It's, you know, Austin is definitely home, but you know, yeah, just time to try on a different coat for a while. So literally,
New York is terrific. You should go.
Yeah,
it's like that's like Destiny or Fate or something.
Yeah,
like that.
yeah. I'm excited. I'm really excited. So.
Great. Well, now, so let's step back a little bit, because in a lot of your music you can really hear a strong Brazilian influence, and I know that you spent some time there.
Sure.
When you just, you know, was it right after you got out of college, or was
Pretty much, like the year after. It was like I never studied abroad. I always wanted to in college, but I just never did. I got kind of, you know, focused on just doing the music degree and really kind of studying music very intensely. But I would love travel, you know, and so a year after, that's when I went. So yeah.
Tell me about the trip, and what did you do? You were by yourself, right?
I was by myself for some of it. I basically, a girlfriend of mine in college who kind of introduced me to Brazilian music and the Portuguese language. I walked into a show one night on campus, and she was singing. She has this gorgeous voice. Her name's Kate, and she was singing in Portuguese, and I was like, what language is that? Because I had studied Spanish, and I was really obsessed with flamenco and Cuban music and stuff, but I was like, that is something different, and I became friends with her, and about a year after college, she called me up and was like, hey, I'm taking a trip to Brazil, you know, and she spoke fluently, and she was like, it might be a good time for you, maybe you could go down there, meet up with me, and then kind of go your own way. And so it was perfect. I flew down, met up with her for about a week in Rio, and then made a trip up to Salvador in northern Brazil, and that's the very African centered kind of hub of African culture in Brazil. And so I spent most of my time there. I spent about, I guess, 4 weeks there, and went to a language school for about a week and a half of it, stayed with a host mother who was amazing, you know, because she didn't speak any English, you know, so I was very challenged, and I would watch the Brazilian telenovelas with her, you know, and get all the juicy Brazilian, you know, gossip. And
so you
anyway,
spoke a little Portuguese when you were, I mean, for the school? Wow, pretty cool.
Sim, falo português. Sim, está muito legal, Brasil, muito lindo. It's gotten bad. When I came back, I actually was determined to stick with Portuguese, so I enrolled in a class, and you know, it lasted for about 6 months, and then I was like, okay, you know, on to something new, but it's still with me, and I still try to learn a Brazilian song every, you know, 6 months, just to kind of keep that, you know, mental thing there of that piece of me, which I love. It's the language is incredible, and Brazil is such an amazing country. The music was definitely, I mean, there's music in the streets like all the time. It's like, especially in Salvador, there's drum lines that just go through all the time. I mean, and the kids are so musical. It's like everybody just has music in them, and that really spoke to me. And anyway, so the rhythms definitely find their way into my music from time to time, you know, and yeah.
Well, what a great marriage of, you know, the Austin, the Texas influences, and then the Brazilian influences.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, I think you can hear them all in your music, which
cool.
Which is great.
Well,
so
thank you. That's cool.
Okay, I want to talk about Catfish.
Yes.
And Tennessee Stud, which accidentally made it into this documentary.
It was really bizarre. It was like, I started getting texts one day from friends going, you know, you're in this movie, Catfish. This was like a year and a half ago or whatever. And I was like, what are you talking about? So I reached out to my manager, and he was like, oh yeah. He was like, wow. Okay. So basically they had contacted him a while ago when they were making the film, and they kind of got his permission to use this clip that just you know, by chance fell into the movie. It wasn't like planned, you know, and anyway, and so then they contacted me, you know, we did all the musical licensing stuff and contracts, and then the movie basically came out, and I got to go to a special screening of it in Austin, and it's a pretty cool movie, I think,
it's
actually.
kind of indie hit.
Yeah, yeah.
It got a lot of buzz.
Yeah.
So, and there you were. Now, is it really true that the lyrics were actually, the first time you did it, the lyrics were not quite right? Or
you know, I think I probably did mess them up. It's one of those songs that's like a story song, and I'm really bad. That basically my goal with doing that song was to kind of do a narrative story song. I've never done that before. I've always done more like, you know, emotional, just kind of poetic sort of stuff, and so I wanted to learn like either like a Dylan or Cash or Willie Nelson or some song that kind of actually followed a storyline. But those songs are really hard for me because I mix up like what, you know, kind of like the events, I guess. And so anyway, I'm sure
the first verse and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So I kind of I think I probably screwed something. I can't remember which line it was, but I probably jumped the gun somewhere. But I love that song. It's such a cool song about a horse, you know, and
Tennessee Stud.
Yeah, the Tennessee Stud, you know, who ends up, you know, with the what was it, the mare? I can't even remember. I haven't sing the song in so long, but you know, it's one of those great like a man and his horse kind of songs, you know.
Sure.
It's just epic. And so yeah, unbeknownst to me, it was that little performance at Momo's where I was like playing that song one night, got, you know, trapped inside of an interesting storyline for a movie. So yeah,
that's pretty incredible. And did you actually, is it the original one stuff on YouTube, or did you actually go back?
We
and
went back and recorded it. We were like, hey, we may as well, if all these people are going to be, you know, kind of hitting this up, we may as well make it the best we can. So
sure,
yeah,
sure, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I want to talk more about you and YouTube, because you got even greater fame. But why don't you play another song for us?
Okay,
if you would?
cool. I'm gonna do a new song. I even have my lyrics in front of me so I don't forget it. I kind of wanted to bring in a new tune today. I've been very inspired by the drought this summer. That's pretty much all that's inspired my writing. What's funny is the song you're going to play later is about rain, but this is kind of about dryness. So I don't really even have a name for this yet.
Rain don't fall, the water don't come. Ain't no beat coming from this drum. The wind don't blow, the air stays thick, heavy as a brick. The grass is dead, the trees are brown. The river don't flow and the lake is down. The heat won't quit, the sun won't stop, heavy as a mop. I need to go mountains go and the cold air, the fountains flow where the clouds open up their mouths and see. Ooh, 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 oh, yeah. My skin won't breathe, my feet won't cool, my mind won't stop thinking like a fool. My step don't swing, my hips won't shake, the heat won't break. I need to go where the mountains are rising. Cold air stings my eyes, where the clouds come as no surprising. Then fall down, 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 and around. Fall down, down, down and around me. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, hey. The rain don't fall, the water don't come. Ain't no beat coming from this drum. The wind don't blow, the air stays thick, heavy as a brick. Oh, and my skin won't breathe, my feet won't cool, my mind won't stop thinking like a fool. My step don't swing, my hips won't shake till the heat breaks.
Beautiful. Susanne Choffel live in the KPFD studios. A brand new song. You can't get it on any record. You can only hear it on KPFD.
Exactly. A little something special.
Or you might be able to hear it if you come to the Monkey Duck tonight.
Yes.
Think you might pull it out?
Yes, I think I'm going to pull this one out. Yeah.
Okay, so Susanne Choffel